Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Alliance Late Night. I'm your host, Rosville. Been a long day. This is episode 16. 16, 16, 16. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, gonna keep this one pretty brief for this episode. I plan on doing short series of recordings tonight and some tomorrow, just to put me a little bit ahead of the game and get caught up with some of the reporting that I need to do on some of the promotions that I haven't touched on a few weeks, about a month or so. Before I get started though, if you like what I do here, please subscribe, a thumbs up, a share, social platforms, that'll be greatly appreciated. You can find Alliance Late Night on X at Alliance LN, Facebook Alliance Late Night. I'm on Blue Sky Alliance Late Night. I hope that's it. So go ahead, follow me there. I'm pretty active on X, so that's probably your best bet if you want to interact. Also, I started a new community page on Facebook. Just go to the page I already told you, Alliance Late Night, and you'll see that I'm sharing some posts out from there from some of the regional promotions. I'm just trying to have a little bit more engagement in between the recordings, the upload. So go ahead, hit me up there, join the conversation, sound off, tell me I'm full of it, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm a mark, I'm brand new, or whatever. Or give me a thumbs up, props, so forth and so on. But moving on to the topic of this episode, going to be talking about this right here. This right here is the hot topic of the industry to me. Now, I think that says a lot, and for non-NWA fans, for non-watchers, for people who just do not like the product, they would beg to differ big time. But let me just say this. This news in this event that happened here at GCW, as you see on your screen, with the conflict, the issue, the moment, the scuffle between NWA's World Women's Champion, Kenzie Paige, and not Natalya, but Nattie Neidhart at GCW's Bloodsport. Okay? Now, that took place WrestleMania weekend. 16th, I believe, is the date. That's what I have in my notes. April 18th, but I believe the 16th is the date that I actually saw where the initial incident took place. And the follow-up with the video leak with the attack at Natty's training facility took place April 26th. That's the date that I saw marked on X, which I believe is the most up-to-date and the most current for the NWA and also for Kenzie Paige. Now, again, going back to what I was saying, to me, this was not first, but the second biggest event, match, circumstance, situation that took place WrestleMania weekend. This is what the NWA has needed to happen for quite some time. This was an event that took place that captured the attention of non-NWA fans, of non-NWA watchers. This is what's been needed for months and months and months, and I can go further than that. Some of you may agree, some of you may not agree, but I don't believe that I've personally been looking forward to a match on this level since 2 matches. I'll give you 2 matches, just to be fair. when Kenzie Paige faced Camille for the championship, and going back further than that would be the buildup to what never happened. And that was Marty Scurll to meet Nick Aldis. But unfortunately, coronavirus struck, everything was wiped off the table. That's my personal take. There's a lot of energy behind this. And the hot word of the industry right now is pivot. I don't want to use pivot. I'm going to use capitalize. The NWA is at a point right now where if this is all done correctly, they can capitalize and bank off of this in a major way. Now, the build up to this match is already there. The excitement is already there. The back and forth is there. Nattie's talking her-ish. Kenzie Paige is talking hers. Kenzie Paige is showing, I wouldn't say a different side. It almost is like taking initiative. It's almost that kind of vibe. I'm not going to wait for the opportunity. I wasn't invited to anything happening WrestleMania weekend or week. My own promotion didn't have anything booked that week or that weekend. So since I have some time off, I'm not going to wait for an opportunity to come to me. I'm going to go make something jump off. And right now, NWA, whoever is in charge, Corgan and whoever says yes or no to Corgan's ideas, you have to capitalize on this. The follow through from this match is going to take place at Crockett Cup, May 17th in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena. You have to capitalize off of this. This is an opportunity to snowball and roll and get the momentum going. That momentum will attract more talent. More talent creates better matches. Okay? So right now, thumbs up, right? I'm going to give you thumbs up. I'm going to give you props. Kenzie and whoever had the idea to make this happen, I know some of the interviews that have gone on and some of the things I've heard from some of the talent. I don't want to touch on that. Right now, I'm coming from the standpoint of a fan, right? With a little bit of knowledge. I want to see this match, and I have not spoken with anybody who's a fan faithful of the NWA who doesn't want to see this match. They're all excited to see this. Okay? So, again, we have to capitalize. The buildup is there. This is what we've been talking about in the chats. This is what we've been talking about on X. This is what we've been talking about in the Discords, so forth and so on. Is that the NWA needed a moment and an opportunity to break out from itself, to break out from a rut, to break away from the non-consistency. Some may agree that there's been inconsistencies. Others will agree with me, right? Agree, disagree. Continuity has been an issue. Following through once something gets started has been an issue. And let's face it, right now, the NWA needs somebody to challenge who's going to put that women's world championship way up here. Some of the issues that we've had with some of the other bookings is that we're seeing a cycle of regurgitation. Same matchups going through the same people, and when we get the championship matches, we are not excited. We're not excited. And that's not to knock the talent that is there. It's just how many times can we see variations of the same matches with the same people on the same roster and disregarding wins and losses? We have to discontinue that. and we had to expand into new competition that's going to elevate every championship belt in the National Wrestling Alliance. Right? Right. But again, focus of this is about this main event. Kenzie Paige versus Nattie Neidhart. Now again, the initial attack, the initial scuffle between Kenzie and Natty took place at Bloodsport after the victory from Natty. The second encounter took place April 26th. This encounter and this attack by Kenzie took place at a training facility, from what I gather, a private training facility for Natty and her crew. Now, the video's floating around. I'm sure most of you have seen it. For those of you who do not watch the NWA at all, I encourage you to go to NWA at X or go to the nationalwrestlingalliance.com and check for the video. You'll understand this is a big deal. And I do have here some still frames from the second attack. First picture on the left, of course, is Kenzie explaining that basically she didn't appreciate being looked over. She didn't appreciate some of the response from Natty and her people, and that if she had the opportunity to do it again, that she would. Because how dare anybody look over the NWA World's Women's Champion? So you see the follow through from left to right. The video was leaked as it was phrased online. There was also another video of the same attack in black and white from the security camera, which gives you an overview. It was intense. It was intense. There's a cause here. And this is even more of a reason why I'm behind this so much. The cause is, put yourself in the NWA as a talent, and especially as the top talent. In this situation, Kenzie Paige being the NWA Women's World Champion. And to feel disregarded and looked over. Put yourself in that predicament. Put yourself in those shoes. And understand why she went and took this initiative. Yeah, she wants to put herself in a position with somebody who's in a position, right? Somebody who is somebody. If you come out victorious here, Kenzie, now we've captured the industry's attention because Natty has recreated herself. She's going through a metamorphosis right now. I don't know all of her career, but from what I gather, there was some stagnation. So like many other talents, sometimes you have to step away from the WWE, which is fortunate now that they have these partnerships and they allow the talent to go and grow themselves, right? In these different territories. So now we get a reinvigorated version of Nattie Neidhart as Natty. And here we have our Kenzie Paige lit on fire by the fact that she was overlooked and felt disrespected as she holds the industry's most prestigious women's championship of them all. Just like the men's NWA's championship, world's championship. The granddaddy of them all. How dare anybody in the industry overlook either of those? I'm digging this. Digging this a lot. I don't know who booked it. I don't know who came up with this. I don't know who thought it was a good idea. But whoever is behind it, whoever is behind it, you have the fans with you. Your diehards are always been there, whether we're riding you hard or giving you the thumbs up. We've always been there. But what's exciting right now is to know people who weren't paying attention, people who have written or wrote the NWA off, got their attention. All the dirt sheets, all the pro wrestling media outlets got them. Now, I don't expect anything less than a blockbuster match at Crockett Cup, May 17th, Philadelphia, 2300 Arena. Get your tickets now. I don't expect anything less than a blockbuster. Where my concern lies, and I'll say this one more time, the follow through. Regardless of who wins, what is going to be the follow through? It would be the most negative thing to not have a plan now and to roll this on and on. Jump on the train and don't get off the track. You know, we do a lot of fantasy booking as podcasters. I don't really have that going on for this episode. I don't have that going on here. But what I can say is, regardless of who wins and who loses, we have to be looking at down the line. Who's going to be next in line? Or will there be retribution? Will there be someone else in the NWA who holds gold, who will feel disrespected, left out of the spotlight because they have a spectacular win-loss record? Remember, we're not just talking about the professional wrestlers on the NWA Power roster. We have an entire NWA territory network. Plenty other professional women athletes out there grinding. Do you hear what I'm getting at? Execution, execution, execution. Follow through. Follow through, follow through. Trim what is unnecessary to highlight what we all want to see. I feel like this is probably the closest we've been to capturing the old school NWA in the modern era. I feel like this could be that point. You know, some people may say, oh, you're getting your hopes up high. I don't believe that. I choose to believe this is it. This is going to be what really gives everybody the finger for all the negative about the CW deal, about being on X, streaming your episodes. I feel like this is going to be the move that has been needed for the last couple years. About the last 2 years, year and a half. Talent's gone. Talent's been leaving. Competition's been getting slim. This single match, this one single match right here, change all of that. So, you know, there it is, right? This could be, it's already history making. But what comes of this? What comes after this? Could be legendary. Legendary like the Road Warriors in Powers of Pain, or the Russians against the Road Warriors, Dusty and Tully, Ric Flair and everybody. This could be on that level. On that level. Now, with all that said, and all my kudos and my positive, I think this is a pretty positive episode here. I don't feel any reason to go any other direction. No critique. I won't even critique something that I noticed in the whole delivery of this, because it doesn't matter. We have the match, we have the conflict, we have the reason, and now we have the match. You checked all the boxes. One thing though, it's May 1st. I know it's short notice. This all started back on April 16th or 18th, one or the other. And I know that the NWA is backlogged with episodes that are yet to be released, which puts us behind the timeline. Suggestion: marathon run all the backlog leading up to Crockett Cup and put the Crockett Cup on pay-per-view. I just spent my money to watch TNA. I spent my money to watch Maple Leaf Pro just because the NWA World's Champion Tom Latimer was in it. I spent my money to go to Peak Sports Entertainment's Saturday Night Hike here in Washington State, up north, Everett. I drove about 40 minutes north just to see Tom Latimer defend. I am a representative of someone who is willing to spend the money to watch. I don't know if it can't be mended with Triller. I don't know what other options you have out there. But I know I'm not alone. If it's possible to make this a pay-per-view, please do so. You have my money. $19.95, $25.95, somewhere in there. I'm willing to pay for it. And I know a lot of others are. So if anybody else out there agrees with me on that, about the Crockett Cup should be a pay-per-view that we can watch, click the like on this video, comment, and say something in the comments. Say something in the post on social platforms once I post this video. Let the NWA know. Tag them. Tag them and say, should be a pay-per-view. I think that they would have more buyers at this point than they think. Just my opinion. Just opinion. Anything else I want to cover for you? I don't think so. I don't think so. So with that said, again, follow me on socials: Facebook, Alliance Late Night, X, Alliance LN, and Alliance Late Night on Blue Sky. I will fix this whole backdrop deal to add the Blue Sky into it. Join the Alliance Late Night Pro Wrestling community on Facebook so we can have some interaction and chop it up about today and yesterday of professional wrestling. And for anybody out there who wants to be a professional wrestler, there's plenty of schools out there. If you don't know, look them up. We have about 3 or 4 here in the Pacific Northwest. Dragonplex Dojo, Oregon Pro Wrestling, down in Oregon. Ethan HD from Defy also has a school and Tacoma, Washington, and there's at least one other that I know that I'm forgetting right now. But anyway, if that's your dream, if that's what drives you every day, you want to do more than be a fan, you want to get in the ring, follow it. Follow that. Make it happen. Until the next episode, I'm Rosville. This is Alliance Late Night. And wow, this was a pretty positive episode, if I do say so myself. See you, NWA. See you, everybody. Not hating. Be hating. Otherwise, why would I do this and talk about them? I'm gone.